On3 published an article on college football's highest paid quarterbacks. And some of the groupings near the top aren't probably the folks you expected. There's no Arch. There's no DJ.
Yeah,
But if you look at the list, Darian Mensah.
I would never have guessed that.
He's the kid that transferred from Tulane, right?
Yes.
Yeah, he's the kid that transferred from Tulane, went to Duke. $4 million, according to what On3 has been told. $4 million. Now, some of these too, they say that, well, there could be incentives that pay, double that or whatever. So I'm just going with the initial number that they reported, the guaranteed number.
Nice.
But Darian Mensah, $4 million. Carson Beck.
See, now remember the early reports from him when he went to Miami were like closing in on 6 or 7.
Right.
But it's only 3.2
It's 3.2.
Wow.
And then there's Dylan
Raiola. Wow.
According to On3, $3+ million. They just said it was going to be 3+. So it could be higher than Carson Beck. We don't know.
It's like an app.
I really like how some of these have concrete numbers.
Me too,
some
Nick.
of them are like,
at least 3 million, north of 2 million.
I mean, that's what it is. This isn't like, Bryce Harper's contract where we have all the details. That the mystery of college football continues.
The mystery metrics.
Drew Aller, at least $3 million. Bryce Underwood, who got named the starter today.
True freshman.
Gee, I wonder why. Because he's getting paid $3 million.
Mm-hmm.
John Mateer, the transfer quarterback to Oklahoma, between 2.5 and 3. Diego Pavia.
No wonder he wanted to stay in school. He ain't making this money in the NFL.
North of $2 million. And Lenoris Sellers at South Carolina, 1.8. So you got, like I said, you've got guys who a lot of people put at the top of the quarterback chart. You've got Nussmeier down at LSU, who's getting reportedly less than some of these guys. But, of course, the one we focus on is Dylan, $3+ million, according to On3, top 3 paid quarterback, according to their numbers.
Yeah, and we're going to have Max Olson on the show at some point over the next week or so. He wrote a really interesting story today that came out today about what players are paid, like what the going rate is for these players. And so, we're looking at the quarterback numbers for among or the highest paid players in the sport, right? And so there's a lot of big ones thrown around there. But you look at what the quarterbacks were listed at in Max's story, and I'll just read what he wrote. The going rate for a good quarterback play quickly surpassed $1 million by the end of November. And now it's between $1 and $2 million is what you were looking at spending for a quote unquote good quarterback.
Right.
And so when you're talking about these players, what I always wonder about, and I can't wait to ask this of Max, is the value in being a transfer, or is the value in being a proven commodity at your school? Or, and we could even make a third bucket, John, is the most value when you have experience, but gosh, they just don't want to lose you. Because I would say right now, Dylan Raiola is in that camp. He is proven in that he has started. He is not proven in that we know for sure he will be excellent at the collegiate level. But man, Nebraska would be in a really rough spot if he were to leave. Man, and so you have to imagine that he was able to use that in terms of negotiating, over the course of the whatever.
Well, when you look at this list, and these are the top 8, Mensah's a transfer, Beck's a transfer. Now, Aller, he's a development. He's been there all 4 or 5 years, whatever it is. Underwood, a recruit.
Underwood, a true freshman.
Mateer, a transfer. Pavia, a transfer.
JUCO transfer, yeah.
Yeah, and Sellers, Sellers, he was a freshman last year, so he's a South Carolina original. So it's a mix.
Yeah, it really is.
It's a mix.
And then you mentioned a couple other players. So one was obviously Arch. And Max mentioned him, or no, was he in the On3 story that they said, look, a lot of his money is away from whatever this is? Because do we know, is this a smorgasbord of collective and rev share? Like, it didn't technically say.
Manning's name doesn't come up in this story.
No, it doesn't. Because how I am understanding that is that he's getting it elsewhere. It's like, but Dylan Raiola is getting Adidas money, and that counts, there. Because you know what? I was mixing it up with what Max wrote. Keep in mind, though, that elite young quarterbacks such as Texas's Arch Manning and Florida's DJ Lagway are still earning millions from major brand deals and don't have to dip into their school's revenue share or collective funds as much.
Mhm.
So I guess maybe that means that this money that what we're looking at right now is only collective and rev share combined.
Mhm.
I guess is kind of how I'm figuring out.
That's what I would assume.
Mm-hmm.
Couple of the other interesting notes in this story is that the two quarterbacks that essentially replaced each other at their respective schools are getting the same money. According to the On3 story, Joey Aguiar, who used to be at UCLA and is now at Tennessee, and Nico Iamaleava, who used to be at Tennessee and now at UCLA, are both in the $1.2 million range.
Interesting.
So,
and he wanted a raise.
He wanted a raise.
Iamaleava did.
He wanted a raise. But yeah, and there's a lot of guys in here, that are making very good money, but it kind of jibes with what Max was reporting. If you want to buy a quarterback, right now the going rate is between 1 and 2 million. And how soon before it's between 2 and 3?
Oh man, I'd say probably next year, right? Like
sure.
The way in which
because
this market has changed in such a short amount of time.
Keep in mind, a lot of the guys that are on this list, they're all underclassmen.
Didn't Casey Thompson, when he first got to Nebraska, say something about like a good player costs X or a good quarterback costs X, and we were like, whoa, it's that much money?
Mm-hmm.
And to think about how much it's changed, and that was only 3 years ago. It's changed quite a bit overnight. So to answer your question, yeah, I would guess that happens again.
There was one name that had been mistakenly omitted from the list, and you'll never guess who his dad is. But Avery Johnson should be on that list too. He's expected to make $2+ million, so he's in that range.
Well, he's got to bail his family out of jail.
Can we start calling Avery Johnson Puddles as a nickname?
Nice.
Well, but he wasn't involved. It was just his dad and his brother.
D'Lo says, what about DJ Lagway? So Lagway was also not on the...
Lagway he is expected to be making well over 1.6 million.
Oh, he is on there. Okay.
Yeah, he wasn't in the main list.
I see.
He wasn't in the main list. But again, a lot of this too is, you're right. There might be other deals out there that don't get counted against this. And so your Arch Mannings and your DJ Lagways might be making more.
That's why I'm confused, because I know that Dylan, like in Dylan's little blurb, scroll up to it. Doesn't it mention Adidas inside of that?
Yes,
or does it not?
No, according to this, the figure is an all-in number between roster value, NIL deals, including partnerships with Adidas and Panini. I didn't know Raiola was doing Panini spots.
Yeah, I didn't either.
Like the sandwich? Like is the sandwich just sponsoring him?
Maybe a press?
Wait.
Are you going to Google Dylan Raiola
Can
Panini?
I want to be sponsored by Reuben.
Wow, interesting. I'll do fried chicken.
Oh, nice.
Or buffalo wings. Or buffalo sauce.
Now I'm completely confused. I mean, the On3 story says, including partnerships with Adidas and Panini.
The sandwich?
Well, okay.
The sandwich?
The actor?
Apparently, there's an Italian company called Panini Group, which is a publisher and producer of trading cards and collectibles.
That makes way more sense.
That Panini.
Yeah, Hard Rock says it's sports cards. That makes way more sense.
Okay, Panini trading cards.
That's
there you go.
I'm still in on buffalo sauce.
That's like what you get when you tell your parents.
My kid's not getting paid by a sandwich.
He's getting paid by the puddle.
That's like when you tell your grandparents you want a box of Tops for Christmas, and then they're like, "Here's your baseball cards," and it's Panini.
Interesting.